What is going on, my YouTube friends, all my Patreon friends, all my little mix friends? We got some exciting news, don't we? Leigh-anne's coming out with, she's gonna be the first to put out a record, right? Am I remembering that right? And I think we got a teaser for a single too. I was watching on Instagram, man. The visuals look amazing. This conversation came out just 5 days ago, and I've been staring at it for 5 days, so I don't really want to talk too much. All my Patreon friends, love y'all. All my little mix friends, so happy that this is happening. I'm so happy we get to go on this journey together. Let me pull this up. I got headphones today. Big and goofy for an interview, but whatever. Let's go.
No, are you serious?
Yeah.
Thanks, honey.
You're so welcome.
Like, how come we always go into American accents?
I always do it.
I don't want to. It just comes out.
Don't do it.
But then when I'm in America, I feel like I'm scared that I'm going to offend.
When you do it?
I don't even mean to do it. That's the thing. It just comes out.
Yeah. One time I saw this guy and he said to me, I think I was going to get my car from the valet, and he heard me speak and he said, "Oh my gosh, you speak in Top Boy." I'm like, no, that's not the thing. He's like, yeah, bruv. I said, oh yeah, no, I'm out of here. I'm gonna ask you a question because I know you're a big Rihanna fan.
I am.
Nice.
What are your top 5 Rihanna songs, leigh-anne, Pinnock? From 5 up to 1. Take your time. There's no rush.
Okay. No rush.
No rush. But genuinely, you can use your phone. This is not a test of like, no one's gonna come to you.
I know. So Diamonds
is number what?
Okay, can I just say 5 and then I'll
Okay, cool. Okay, go on.
Diamonds.
I'm not judging you. Okay,
Great
yeah.
song.
There's so many albums.
No, you got
the anti-album.
Don't rush. You got this.
Oh my god. I'm getting my phone. Insane.
No, take it. Honestly.
I'm like that too, though. Like, I was doing this. Actually, I watched back my live stream yesterday, and I talked like for 5 minutes about a song, and I called it the wrong title.
Because it is going to be a thing where you're like, at the end, you're going to say, why didn't I say that song?
No, I know.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, take your time.
And this is a very important question.
I'm trying to think.
Okay.
Go on.
Close to You.
What's that? What album?
On the anti-album. I always like ones that are a bit underrated.
Wait, Close to You? How does it go? On the anti-album?
Pretty sure I know that one too. I went through a phase though.
Never heard it. I always listen to the ballads in every album as well.
Is this on the deluxe?
Me too. Big ballad fan.
Potentially, maybe. You don't get deluxes.
No, I like deluxes. I don't think I listened to the deluxe of Anti. But you've gone Diamonds and then Close to You.
Yeah.
As top 5 Rihanna songs. What are the other
Diamond's
3?
huge.
I'm nervous.
Okay. Hey.
No, I'm just saying, where is this going?
I'm not just going for all the singles.
Yeah, wait, what? Yeah. Diamonds, What Now? Close to You.
Yeah, I mean, this could all change, but...
It will.
It changes
but for
every day,
today,
probably.
For today,
this is the
how I
final
feel.
answer for today.
Kiss It Better.
Wow.
Kiss it better, baby. Come
What
on.
are you willing to do?
I don't know if I know
Yeah,
that one.
okay.
Alright, I'll go for some singles now because you're not impressed.
No, I am impressed. I think it's important that you have your own version of who Rihanna is to you. You don't have to pick the same. You know what I'm saying?
And also, I don't look at it as songs. I look at it as who the woman is, like what she's done, what she stands for. You know, it's not about particular songs. It's about her body of work, every single album. Just
So what's the 5th one, Leanne?
You feel some type of way when you listen to it, like, and everyone has their own artist that's like that, right? I vibe with it.
Cool.
Yeah, you've got 4 so far. You haven't said a very important one, but I'm just gonna. You haven't said.
Oh, okay, no. Fucking your life, fucking my life.
Oh my god! What is happening?
First album.
Do you know what it is? I like it because I feel like we're Rihanna fans, but also we have our separate versions of who she means, who she is to us, and what she means to us.
Exactly that.
Okay.
That's what's special.
I'm not judging you, I swear. I am going to go home and tell everybody that Work was not on your top 5 Rihanna lists.
Work was a tune, to be fair.
Absolutely shocking.
It is a banger.
You are a ballad girl, though. I feel deep down.
I'm a ballad girl, massively.
I feel deep down. You walk around the house with socks on, with some kind of long flowing dress.
Pretend that my music video.
Pretend you're in a music video. Yeah. When I saw, I'm going to forget the name of the cover, in Boxing Day, Say a Little Prayer.
Oh, yeah.
Did you do that all by yourself?
What? Do you
As in the arrangement of it?
Oh, so... I mean, originally it was inspired by like, the Leigh-anne de Havas version.
Yeah. Wait, Leigh-anne Havas has done a cover of that?
Version of it, yeah.
Has she?
And it's incredible, yeah.
See, this is like what I'm missing in music. I gotta start listening to more versions of music I know. Because like especially lately over the last year, I've listened to like a very wide array of music. But when I do a cover or when I like play another song, it's just like, it feels boring to me, man. And I gotta start like finding like, you know, stuff like this. Like I like that. I gotta almost write that down.
Kind of like just tweaked it a bit.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's my mum's favourite song as well, so it's special.
Oh, really? Brother, it was
special.
unbelievable. That as I was listening, I said, I feel like, well, we're going to get into this at some point in this conversation, but I feel like there aren't many people that knew that you could do this in the way that you're doing it, because it's crazy.
That moment for me in particular was one of the most petrifying moments. I literally had to sing for the first time on my own, ever. Well, not ever, but after Little Mix, to a room full of people that I'd never met, and like all these extras, and it was just like, go on, you got like 4 chances to do it, okay.
It's such a weird feeling. Like, I don't know, like if you haven't been in a band, you might have to just kind of rock with me for a second. But like I was in a band for 4 years. We played every weekend, like blessings through the roof, right? And there's it's like a safety net. Like I knew that no matter what was going on, when this part of the song came in, the guitar player had this happen. And like I would trust him, like it was like a brotherhood thing. Like, or like the bass player, like I knew that when I stopped, I could sit there and wait, my guitar making a bunch of noise. When the bass comes in, I got a 4 count to come in. And I know these things are gonna happen. And if you wanna argue professional career, I stepped in with a band for 3 or 4 other shows who were in a tier way past us. And I'm not trying to underscore us, just like the drummer did it full time. He's a Corb Lund's drummer, if any Western Canada fans. Full-time keyboard players, full-time like bass players, everything, right? And I was so uncomfortable. And it wasn't even like a self-conscious thing. It was just like, it's a trust thing that you build, right? And like I felt like I was alone. So but I still had people around me, right? For her to go out and be a solo singer, maybe have a band too, but just to be a solo singer, all eyes on you, it's a weird feeling. It's a weird feeling they don't teach you about.
Petrifying.
And I think a lot of people don't realise, actually stand in front of loads and loads of people when you're singing to them and they know why they're there, and there's so much more context to, oh, we're here to see Little Mix and we know leigh-anne. But it's different when there's a camera crew and you're acting.
Literally.
Yeah.
You have to think about that as well. It's like conveying this emotion, telling the story.
Yes, yeah.
But it just, to be fair, it kind of just came quite naturally, I think. Like, Mel was just so, like the Mel director.
Yeah.
He's just, I just love him to pieces. Like he made me feel so relaxed and comfortable, and yeah. And also I do feel like singing is a form of acting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In what way?
Well, like whenever I'm on stage singing a song, like if I don't feel it, then you're gonna tell, you know, like, especially if it's a ballad or something, like I'm expressing to you.
You have to become
emotional,
the song.
Yeah, like
and the words that you're.
Story.
Yeah.
See, and like I think she got like stood up with that question a little bit, or maybe I'm just taking it funny because it kind of felt like she was saying that like you kind of have to act through these moments, and like I don't believe that to be true. I think that you would still see the false emotion. Like I've seen bands sing really emotional songs and not be connected to it, right? But like a part of, and maybe this is just me not knowing acting, but like you fall into character, you fall into that spot, and even if you're not feeling that feeling, like people still have emotions based around that because like you're just so in that moment, right? And that maybe that's just like a part of acting. Maybe I'm just assuming, but I don't think she meant for it to come across as like she's acting or pretending in the moment. And I just wanted to just kind of like insert myself on that.
Yeah. You have to look into my eyes and believe it as well.
So who were you thinking about when you were singing "Say a Little Prayer"? The moment I wake.
Oh, who was I thinking?
Who are you thinking about?
I was thinking about the story.
Oh, really?
Obviously, with that character as well, like trying to put myself into her position and just thinking about how I would have felt. And I think everyone's felt love. Just think of love.
Yeah.
You know?
Not everybody.
No. Yeah.
Some people are still they're on the journey.
As in, like, love friends, family, your dog. There's different forms of love. So.
Yeah. If I spoke to your best friend,
Yeah.
What 3 things would they say to describe you?
Great question.
She would say, inspiring.
Nice, okay. What would she really say, leigh-anne? Don't
No,
say
she
what she would say.
would.
Yeah, okay, go on.
She'd She'd probably say that I'm a bit, what's the word? Oh my gosh. Like a bit of airhead. But I'm not.
Ditzy?
Like ditzy, thank you, that's the one.
Bit clumsy.
Ditzy.
Inspiring.
Inspiring.
Yeah.
Kind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I am.
I like the word kind over nice, and that could be a story for another time. But I like that that's the word that she chose.
Really like academically clever. I'm just a little bit.
Okay.
Because I am really like academically clever. I'm just a little bit. I've got no sense of direction. Like I am a bit clumsy. Like my head's in the clouds a little bit.
Yeah.
But
It's in the moment.
But
though.
you got how many GCSEs?
quite a few.
Okay.
I got a B or an A in English.
I'm only asking because you said you're academically smart.
No, yeah.
I feel like GCSEs is where we sort of separated the.
She said academically clever, so it was like I could take tests. I could take tests like no one else, man. I swear. 60s, 50s, and 60s on my like curriculum or whatever. 80s, 90s on my test. Come on now.
Hey man, I was in school having a bit of fun, and hey, I really want to go to college and be a doctor.
But to be honest, it doesn't really matter, does it?
No, it doesn't.
It really doesn't.
No, it really, really doesn't.
Still do anything you want to do. So.
Yeah, that's very true. Well, I'm happy that you are academically
That never
smart.
goes
Even though now you are a world star, famous singer, songwriter. You've got children that you have to look after. I don't know, do you, they don't actually need any school teaching right now, do they?
No,
you're all right for now. But when they bring back algebra, what is going to happen?
Have you ever used algebra in your life?
Not once, not Pythagoras theorem, not nothing.
Pythagoras theorem?
No,
seriously?
not a single thing.
Nah, man, I'm pausing like crazy. Where's my mic? There we go. That probably sounds better. I wish I remembered all that stuff because I'm like planting gardens. We're doing like tunnels, like plastic tunnels and stuff. And I'm trying to measure like how long of plastic I need to cover a 3 foot wide bin at 2 feet. Like, come on, man. Should have paid attention.
Gosh.
Not a single thing. I know the last time actually we was hanging out, you were like, I didn't really think that much about having kids as a famous pop singer who has to travel the world and all that other stuff. Did that really genuinely not cross your mind? Because so many women go, I'm not having kids, I'd have to literally stop my whole life.
No, yeah, it did, because I think some years before I had them, it was always like in my mind, like I would love children, but I just want to focus on my career. Like that was what was going through my mind. Like I think like you think, I don't know if I'm going to be able to really focus on one thing or the other.
Is being a mum harder?
No. Hold on. This is important. I don't know what her situation is with like if there's a father figure, partner, like whatever. But her pursuing her dreams and having kids, man, that's worth celebrating. I wish I had a clap thing I could do, because like the last corporation I worked for, they talked about how I think it was like 2% of female like management or like upper management or whatever like had a family and kids. Like it's just, you should be able to do both, man. You should be able to do both. Say that again.
And be able to really focus. Like I think like you think, I don't know if I'm going to be able to really focus on one thing or the other.
Is being a mum harder or easier than you thought it would be?
Harder.
Is it?
Yeah.
But did you think it was going to be hard before you were a mum?
I missed it. I really wanted to say that again.
Like that was what was going through my mind. Like I focus on my career. It was like in my mind, like I would love children, but I just want to focus on my career. Like that was what was going through my mind. Like
so she said, I would love children, but I really want to focus on my career. But now she has kids, right? I vibe with it, man. I vibe with it.
I think like you think, I don't know if I'm going to be able to really focus on one thing or the other.
Is being a mum harder or easier than you thought it would be?
Harder.
Is it?
Yeah.
But did you think it was going to be hard before you were a mum? Because I immediately think it's going to be the most difficult thing I'm ever going to do. And I'm worried that it's going to be even harder than that.
It kind of is, yeah.
Really?
Exactly how you've explained it, yeah. I knew it was going to be really hard, but then I also didn't realise I was going to have twins. So yeah, that adds to it a little bit.
Adds to it just a little bit, yeah.
But I do feel like you just don't get, there's no warning, like there's no manual. Everyone's journey is so different. So like what might work for me might not work for my other friend who's just had a baby. Like everyone's journey is just so unique, and you can never be prepared for it. You just can't. And I think as well, like emotionally, it's really hard because you just want to be the best mom. Like, you want to be the best mum to your children. And it's just like, all you can do is your best, you know? And it's such a oh gosh, it's very complex.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But I think you learn as you go as well. And there's like nothing wrong with that, you know?
Yeah, it's okay.
It's the first time that I'm doing it, and first time for a lot of people, and it's just like, I don't know, you kind of just need to be told every day that you're doing incredible.
You're doing a good job.
Like,
it's
right?
okay.
You're just doing so good, like the best you can do. You're doing so good.
Yeah.
And
I like that.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, like, the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, but the most rewarding thing I've ever done in my life.
At the same time.
Like,
that must be so confusing to the brain, though.
Shout out to the moms, man, because like coming from a superstar, like at that level of performance, practice, all that stuff, and she's still saying being a mom is harder than that. Like, kudos, man, kudos.
Yeah.
That must be really like, huh? Mm-hmm. So it is happening.
It's the most.
It's not always happening the way I want it to happen, but it's happening, and I am doing a good job. And
it's a journey. And I think as well at the beginning, like I was having sleep deprivation, like I had sleep paralysis, hallucinations. Like I hallucinated that there was a spider crawling over Andre, and I was like, "Babe, wake up!" And he's like, "What?" Like, there's a spider. And he's like, "There's nothing there."
Oh, really?
And then I was hallucinating.
And there, I was at a gig. I was doing sound at a conference in a hotel that we had a contract at, and I thought there were spiders all over my hands. Terrifying.
And then there was bees on the ceiling.
Didn't see that.
But like there was like one night where it was like every hour on the hour, like one was waking up and then the other one.
Yeah.
And it was just, oh my gosh. Like it was painful.
I just feel like nothing can prepare you for that.
It just doesn't.
Doesn't matter what you've done in your life.
That's the thing, you just do it. Like, it just comes to you. It's like, it's literally just like second nature for every mum, because you know what's best for your child, you know, and you get on with it.
Are they identical?
No.
Lucky.
But they look it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My genes. The Pinnock genes came through.
I always thought in my head, if I had identical twins, I'd be really stressed that at one point I'd get them confused, and then for the rest of their life, I'd be calling them the wrong name. And even though no one would know, I'd still think, oh my gosh, it would just sit in my heart that I've actually maybe got them like confused.
I wonder how many times that actually has happened.
I think it's definitely happened.
But I think, when I was talking to someone at the hospital, they said that, well, they have to like give them like name tags or something just to kind of tell them apart. But yeah, no, they do. So a lot of people like struggle to tell them apart sometimes.
That'd be intense, isn't it?
Yeah, my dad's like, are you this one or are you this one? Okay,
you should just give them the same name, and then just until they get personalities and like really actually are doing something, just be like, he's both called Baby.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
I like her.
I was talking to a friend of mine. We were laughing about the fact that up until this day, we just like still think about Beyonce's kids, because they're there, but you don't see them all the time. And then we were speaking about like why, Rihanna had a situation where she didn't want anyone to see her child, and then it went into the press, and she had to literally force herself to show people her baby. And I noticed that everybody goes on a different version of that journey. All mums are different. And when I was thinking about you, I was like, of all the things that you're private about, because you're very open, online, in public, whenever you're talking, you don't strike me as someone who's like trying to hide things. But then with your kids, you were like, no way, you lot can leave us alone. And I would love to know why.
Yeah, you gotta leave kids out of it.
Why, of all the things in your life, why was it your kids that you said, this is for me and my family?
I feel like I always kind of had the idea that if I had kids, then I would let them choose if they want to be in the limelight or not. I mean, I don't, like you say, everyone has their own idea on it and whatever. Yeah, and Andre feels exactly the same as well. Yeah. So just, if they want to when they're older, or like, then but...
The people that need to know will know, right? And like if that's like a Patreon group, or if that's like a private Instagram group a lot of these celebrities use, if that's just your close friends and family, man, the people that gotta know, they know.
They're mine. My babies.
I wonder what's going to happen when they turn like 7 and they're like, Mom, we've decided that we are going to get Instagram.
We want to be rich.
Okay.
Do you know what it is though as well? Like I think take everything as it comes.
Yeah.
Like right now it's not right for us to do that.
Yeah.
I don't think for them either, but I'm not going to say never to anything either. Like people don't even know the gender, genders.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
It is what it is. One of the things I read in your book, don't mess with the Pinnocks.
Boom.
I've thought about this, and I'm like, what kind of family are you guys going to be? Right? Because the Pinnocks, I feel like I've got a good understanding the way you describe them as well. I was like, okay, cool, yep. Sarah's this one, okay, cool, yep, Sean. And then you've got Dad, okay. But I'm interested in what you guys, how do you envision your family to be? What will you be like?
I had a sudden rush of emotions come over me.
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to take a lot of what I've learned from being a Pinnock, I guess. Like, we stick together, like, no matter what. Like, we're such a unit. We're a force, I feel like.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I'm going to teach my babies.
Yeah.
Family's just everything. Honestly, like, it's just so important. I hope that we just have that same bond, I guess.
Yeah.
And, like, we just have each other.
You will.
Yeah.
So,
It's instinctual.
what is pi? Say the number, recite it. 3.1.
What is it?
4.
What?
The number.
I don't get it.
You don't know the number pi? You told me you was academically smart. Pi, 3.14159. You know, the number pi.
Is that, when I think of a pie, I think of a pie chart.
No, I'm talking
I
about...
had a math teacher in grade 7 that I didn't get along with. He didn't like me because I had ADHD and all the other. And his big claim to fame was like in university, he did pi to 10,000 numbers or something like that. And right when he was about to like drop it, someone come out and had like 4 times as many numbers as him. So, of course, he told us that. And anyways.
about the one where it's like a line and there's got the two, it's like a T but with 2 vertical lines.
Science, maths, what is this?
It's maths. It's Pythagoras theorem, actually.
Oh, see, listen, I told you already, I've not used any of that now in my later life. And I wasn't very good at maths either.
Oh, were you not?
I was in the top set, but...
How did you get into top set maths, but you weren't good at maths?
I don't know. I was in the bottom of the top.
I was in the bottom of top set.
Yeah.
What were you like in school? Paint a picture of Leigh-Anne at school. Oh, she's smiling already.
No,
right?
I'm not.
She's smiling already.
I was...
I wish I had pictures.
I love to debate.
Okay.
I was quite... like, I had my, like, solid group of friends. I wasn't part of the popular girls, but kind of, like, drifted a little bit, as in, like, got on with everybody.
Yeah.
All the boys, like, used to pick on me and, like, throw little bits of, like, paper in my hair because it would stick.
Okay.
And, but then, like, I wasn't bothered. Like, well, whatever, whatever. And they ended up fancying me in year 11 anyway.
You had a glow up?
Yeah.
We love a glow up.
Definitely.
What happened? How did the glow up happen? Was it an accident? Or did you start, because my one was, I was like, oh, I can actually do my hair. Like, I started to like do things to my appearance. Or was yours just you matured into looks that were just...
Probably just matured a little bit into my, but I feel like I had really bad skin.
Okay.
Really bad skin. I remember there's one time and this boy was like, Leigh-Anne's got spots growing instead of eyebrows.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I just like,
crack a kid in the jaw. You crack a kid in the jaw. My kids are going to learn to crack a kid in the jaw. It is what it is.
Leigh-Anne's got spots growing instead of eyebrows.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I just like...
I had bad skin growing up too. I was a really self-conscious kid. I was overweight. I had really long hair. People tell me I was greasy all the time. I tried to take care of it as best I could. I didn't think I was greasy. I thought it was soft, but anyways. Yeah, man, super self-conscious. And like, I don't know. I vibe with this, man. I vibe with this. It's neat. It's really neat seeing the human side of people.
That's deep.
It was horrible.
That's really mean.
And I think especially like when you're young and like just you think the world's against you and like you just, bad skin, like it's just like oh. But
and then one day Butterfly came out of the cocoon. He said on here. Have any of those boys hit you up since you joined Little Mix?
No, well, I
interested to
actually
know.
I went out with one of them in year 11 and then like that was yeah, no.
Didn't work out.
Didn't work, but yeah. I was head girl.
What is that?
As well,
What
head
happens
girl.
when you're head girl?
Nothing, so I didn't do anything. But it's just really funny because the only reason I got it was because I asked all the people that had the interview to do it.
Yeah.
I asked them the questions and I basically learned all the questions. Went in, aced it, and then I got it. But like I wanted to make the school a bit more creative and like put on talent shows and encourage everyone to sort of embrace their creativity.
Don't roll your eyes. That's really nice.
No, I vibe with that too, man. I was in choir, and people would like pick on the other kids for pick on or be in choir, and we would like pick on them back. It's like, man, you can't do that shit. Like band class, all that. And I was involved, man. I'd drag my old sound system out there. I'd be like buying microphones and bringing them out, trying to get the school on board for buying microphones, man. I vibe with it. I know
it is really nice, but I put on one talent show. I was terrible, but
doubt it.
Yeah. And there was one time as well. Actually, I remember one of my friends reminded me. Do you remember the book Lord of the Flies?
Yeah, but I never read it.
Same.
So in it, there was a bad word.
Yeah.
Like it was a bad word, and the teacher said it, and I put my hand up. I was like, "You can't say that." And she was like, "Well, they would have said it in the olden times, yeah." And I was like, "But you can't." And I literally had this argument with the teacher, and I was like, "Yeah, I stood my ground like when I was in school. Yeah, I said what I thought. Good. I had a strong opinion."
Yeah. Do you feel like you're the same now?
Really opinionated. I go back and forth with teachers, get kicked out of classes all the time.
More so than I was straight after school when dreams came true, when I got into the group.
So when you were in a group, it was less of it.
Yeah.
And then
it's honestly been a journey.
Come out again.
I've gone from this shy little girl who hid behind her dad and used to say, I hate peoples.
I hate peoples.
Like, I hate peoples. Like, that was my thing. So shy.
Yeah.
To then being this person in school that wouldn't listen to anyone. If anyone put me down, anyone told me that I couldn't do it, couldn't achieve my dream, it was like, honestly, like every person I met, I told them I was going to be a pop star.
Right.
Like I was so determined that nothing was going to stop me. So I went from that girl to then getting into the group, dreams come true. And then I just ended up losing it, losing it. Everything was getting chipped away. Like as the years went on, it was just like these little things that kept happening to make me feel a certain way, to make me feel, I guess, less than. Yeah. And then it just kept happening.
You're never safe. Never safe.
Yeah, and I just lost the confidence. I lost that spirit, I think, that I had, like that determination. I don't know. But then something clicked and I feel like I'm regaining it again, and I feel like that girl in school again, you know, like that. Yeah. Like I have this fire. It's always been there, but I just think it's like, it's burning.
Was there a point where you said, it's time for us to step away from this group?
So if I could, there's like a thought process in like fitness and bodybuilding and dieting and stuff where your metabolism's like a fire. So if you just throw logs on it, like it's just gonna smolder out, right? And if you don't feed it enough, then it's also gonna burn out, right? But if you add small portions in sections, then it can burn hotter and hotter, and you can add more and more wood as the fire burns hotter and hotter. It'll burn faster and faster. So eventually, if you respect the process, you can add a ton of wood, start tossing pallets at it, and they'll just burn up. They'll just burn up, right? The interesting thing about this like kind of comparison is like the fire burning, right? It's like, for me, after I had something fall apart, or I struggled with depression for a long time, I felt like I had to hit a home run and then everything would be okay. So now you're swinging, you're tossing logs at the fire, right? And it's not fixing things. But like, and then like, you know, there, you can get into like the medical causes, that like the cloudiness we all talk about, or I talk about lots, like the murky waters, right? But when those things start going away and you start fueling that fire slowly again, you start building a little traction, a little bit of confidence, that heat grows. Like I totally vibe with that, man. Totally vibe with that. This is a really cool interview, man. I really like, who's this? Julie and Adenuga. It's too early for me. Julie, love Julie, man. This is fantastic.
I need to do X. Or was it a unanimous decision across the board?
Unanimous.
Okay.
Yeah, no, there was never one of us that was like, oh, we want to be the main one. We want to like have a solo. We want to do this. Like that was not what it was.
Yeah.
I think we'd been in that group for 11 years, and it was like we've had the time of our lives. But we generally just have to spread our wings now on our own.
Yeah.
And I think as well, like we were left on such a high. We didn't want to dip. We didn't want to like, you know, like we felt like this really is the right time for all of us.
Yeah. Any second thoughts? Did you have a day when you were like, this is probably one of the best-selling girl groups of all time.
Yeah.
And I'm about to say, okay, guys, I need a break. Did you have any moments where you thought maybe this is not the right decision?
Yeah. On tour, like, I think we all had it. We were like, oh. And because it like ended so beautifully, and we're so close, and like we ended on, like I said, we ended on such a high, and we were doing so well, and it was like, is this the right thing to do? But I don't know. I feel like there was like an overriding feeling of, you know what?
In your gut, it's there.
Yeah,
you know,
I've got to stop this for a little bit now.
Because you guys know each other so well, I'm curious. This is going to be a guess from you anyway. But what do you think will be the things that you lean on each other for, even though you have separate careers at this point? You're solo. Like, will you lean on Jade maybe for writing, or will you? You know what I mean? What would be some of the things that you're so used to each other that regardless of group or no group, you would still love to be there for them in this capacity, or you know they're going to be there for you in another capacity?
Do you know what? I feel like we're the only ones that experience what we experience together, you know? Like, we have that.
Huge, that's big.
It is, and I think, like, everything we went through, from the beginning to the end, like, everything, we have each other.
Yeah.
And I can't even express to you, like, how important that is, especially everything we went through, you know? Like, it's just, it is so important to have that, like, unity together, and, like, knowing that I can literally message our chat and be like, safe space, like, this happened, you know, like, I always have that. They're the only two that are ever gonna really understand what that experience was like.
Yeah, see, I vibe with that too. Like, I don't know many people that do the YouTube thing, so like when I have my people I can be safe with, like, it's really important. And whether I do videos with them every day or whether I anything, doesn't really matter, right? But like, they're people that understand what I go through, and there's a very select few of people that feel that in my life, you know what I mean? And like, it kind of sucks, to be perfectly honest. I truly believe that most of y'all, especially a bunch of y'all that I communicate with, like, most of y'all should have a YouTube channel. Like, y'all would be just fine, right? But like, it's tough, man. It's really tough. It's really hard to find people like on your team, like wholeheartedly on your team, and can actually empathize with you. And not to mention, they, like, for 11 years, like, I've only been on YouTube for a year and a half, coming up on 2 years, and the relationships I've built in that are like very similar to what she's describing, I think. But for 11 years, man, like,
only two that are ever gonna really understand what that experience was like.
Yeah, I got you.
So yeah, and also I think it's so beautiful how we can leave this, but we can support each other, and whatever we do individually, we're gonna support each other's journeys. And we're going to lift each other up. And when one of them release something, it's like I'm going to be releasing it as well. You know, like, if they win, I win. Like, we all have to win.
Yeah. You better be in some of the videos. I need to see, you know, like, even like this little secret cameo in the back. I'm like, I swear that's Leigh-Anne in the back of Paris. I swear that's her.
Yeah, I mean, if they'll have me, honestly. And I also feel like, as well, like, featuring on each other's, like, songs and albums. Like, we can do all of that.
Yeah. That's going to be really cool. It's going to be a very interesting moment for you guys to see how you come together when you're in someone else's space almost. It's like you all lived together for 10 years and now you've all got your own homes.
Yeah.
So now you've got to, like, work out what your house looks like without your roommates. Crazy.
It's bizarre. And even like now, like, doing things on my own, like, I don't have them to, like.
What's been the scariest thought about being solo for you? And when I say scary, I don't mean like, oh my God, but even just something that you're like, oh, I didn't even realize that was a thing that I would do now. I'm a solo artist, releasing solo music.
Do you know what? I feel like it's the pressure of something doing well.
Okay, yeah.
And like, especially it's like going to be our first thing that we release, and it's like, before I had them to be like, if it doesn't do well, we got each other, it's all right. Like, we've got this friendship and we've got that support. But this is literally just me on my own, like.
Okay, but other side, what is the most exciting thing about being solo?
Unlocking my full potential.
No, you doing this? This is a meme.
Unlocking.
You know, this is officially a meme.
Yeah.
What are you excited about? Unlocking my full potential.
Yeah, unlocking my potential.
Yeah.
I think, like, even for all of us, there's only so much you can show of yourself in a group. And like, even now when I'm releasing my covers and people are saying, oh, like, Leigh-Anne's improved so much, or like, it's so nice to hear her sing like this, or whatever. And it's like, it's always going to be a bit different singing a certain thing, like, for all four of us with all different voices, and we have to sing one song. It's not always going to suit all of us, you know? And Like, yeah, I think that's what's so exciting about it, the fact that we get to explore what we're all really good at, and like I get to explore my voice more and kind of just sing where it's comfortable for me, and you know, so
I'm excited to hear her and like all of them like write whole songs, because I don't know how much each of them had in the writing process. Like I've seen some where, like, you know, I wrote a whole song, here's everyone's parts. I've seen some where it's like, okay, I write a line and then you write a line and then you write a line, we go around kind of, or back and forward. Like there's so many different setups there, but like I'm really excited to see like lyrical content and melodies when they're doing the whole songs on their own. I'm just, that just kind of like set in.
yeah, that's exciting.
It is very exciting.
Oh shit, I didn't need to do that. That wasn't cool.
There is a part of me that does think, and I'm sure other people will think this as well, and it's not because we don't understand what making music is or we haven't made it ourselves. I think there's a part of you that thinks once you've done the big thing in your life, surely you just go and, you know, carry on with your clothing line, put a book out, have some more children, get married, you know, you go and you live in a castle in the hills. Why for you did you think, no, I'm still, you know, we're going back in the studio. We're still gonna write music. I still wanna release music. I still wanna go on tour, even with the success of Little
blood.
Mix.
Yeah. Because I was born to sing and I was born to be on stage.
Yep.
And
It's not done.
there is something about feeling like you haven't really unlocked that potential and really shown people what you can do and what you're capable of. And I started out when I was younger, like all I wanted to do was be a singer. Like that was all I saw for myself. And I look back at my Facebook and like all these statuses that I put, like leigh-anne is going to perform Madison Square Garden. This was in 2009. And lo and behold, we did. Like these incredible things. And
I heard something the other day that said, whatever you say, everything you say, the universe just goes, yep, you got it. You got it. Everything you say.
And I just feel like I'm not done yet. Like none of us are. Like, and when I say about unlocking that potential, that's for all of us. Like there's things that you haven't seen us do individually. And that's why I feel like we're about to seriously rock the boat, and we're about to seriously like show up, and I can't wait.
I
like,
can't wait either.
Yeah, it's going to be incredible.
If we go back to Facebook, let's say you're still on there now, which I have no idea if you are. What would your status be now? What would be one of the goals for leigh-anne as a solo artist that you would write today of what you want to achieve?
Ooh. Leigh-anne is going to be happy. Leigh-anne is going to be proud of everything she does. Leigh-anne is going to do everything to the best of her ability. Sorry, that's about 4 statuses.
I don't think Facebook blocks you. You keep they want you to post actually, so you can keep writing them. I love that your statuses have nothing to do with actual material or, you know.
Oh no,
they're not like. And by material, I don't even mean like actual material. I mean it's not Madison Square Garden. It's not. It's actually about internal, intrinsic motivation within yourself that you really want to have.
But this is why it's interesting as well. Like doing this now, at the age that I am, like 31. Like I feel like.
I turned 31 in a month and 6 days. Look at that.
I've lived a little bit. I don't know. I just feel like so content, so much more content.
Yes.
The person that I am and that person I've become.
Yeah.
And less bothered about the materialistic things, like 100%. Yeah.
When's the last time you popped a bottle?
My hen do. Woo! Yeah,
we're going to talk about that. We have to talk about that. But one of the things I do really, and I'm excited to talk to you about, is your music, because I've never been in a band before, but I've grown up with 3 brothers and I know what it feels like to move in a unit, right? You have to consider everybody and understand where everybody's coming from, and you really have to play your part in whatever that overall goal is. I'm interested to know what happened the first time you walked into the studio to write your own song that you were going to write and that you wanted to work on, and that meant everything to you and you didn't have to consider anything else but your own thoughts. What was that experience like?
It was liberating. Yeah, no, it was so amazing. It was sick. And I think there's so many things that I'd wanted to write about in the past, but it didn't necessarily relate to the others, or like they might not have liked it, and it's like, I'm in the driving seat, like this is my show. So yeah, that's just like it's a very free experience and feeling. And also as well, like just to be able to write about everything that I'm going through at that particular time. Writing is therapy, like it is. And as much as it's like amazing, free and whatever, it's also really scary because there's things that I'm writing about that people don't know and like that I'm scared for people to know, and things about with my relationship and like just like scared to really like unveil the shit, you know, and like, but at the end of the day, like people want to know the truth. People want to know like what I'm really feeling. Otherwise, it's like I could just release any song, you know, like everything has to have a meaning for me.
How did you know who you wanted to write with?
I was talking about this with Danielle last night. Like, in the modern world, the narrative has value as well. The entertainment and the value and the entertainment and the narrative have value outside of the product or the educational values that we used to basically just lean on, right? I love it. How
did you pick? Did you have a note stock where you were like, I need to work with these people?
Yeah, well, to be honest, like, I think so lucky to be able to work with some of the most amazing writers, like with Little Mix, like incredible. But I think I wanted to work with a lot of new people as well, because I wanted like a different take and like a fresh take. And then you obviously heard of Casa, Progression, who did a lot of the Stormzy stuff, or did the whole Stormzy album. But like he's just so phenomenal. Like he could literally just do anything, like anything at all. And like I love his character. I love he's real, and like I just feel very like safe and grounded when I'm with him. Like and whatever he's going to create, like he's incredible. In terms of writers, I'd never worked with Dio before. And I heard so much about her.
She's exceptional,
isn't she? And what an energy! Like she has kept me, again, that word safe. Like she's been like a bit of a rock to me throughout this, and you know when someone genuinely cares, like she genuinely like cares, so that's amazing. And then I'd also heard of Abby Keane, who again was like quite new, and everyone was just saying these incredible things about her. She's Ray's little sister.
Oh, she writes?
Yeah, like
they know that.
Right, they all like they're phenomenal.
That
family.
I didn't know she writes. Oh, amazing.
Yeah, she's sick. Like,
wait, so how did you?
Like, if you kind of aren't super aware, and I'm not super aware either, so I don't want to talk like I'm not talking down for anything, but like, having pro songwriters is so important in modern music, and it's not always about they're writing lyrics or melodies. It's like they're sometimes just coaching with what is popular, what the world's looking for, right? It's like having a good not really a boxing coach, but like let's go back to the bodybuilding thing, like having like a good posing coach and knowing what the judges want. Like that's important to have someone like that in your corner that studies that side of it, right? So that you can give the world something that they're willing to kind of take in as like a pop star, right? And you're keeping up with the trends and like what everyone's up to. That's what these songwriters and these producers are doing. And they might help with lyrics or song ideas. Like we sold a full song to a band, and all they did was use the title and write a whole new song. So like we were hired as songwriters, and it just inspired the song. So like it's never ending, right? But it's so important to have those people in your corner, especially when you're like big. You can kind of get away with it earlier, and there's lots of like the indie kind of music thing that's like really popular. But when you're this big, man, like I just think that's just a staple. Like it's probably number 2 in your phone kind of thing, right?
Are these like, were you doing your A&R was you in your A&R bag, or was this like the label said you should look at these people? How did you actually come across them?
I feel like a lot of it was help. My A&R, Jerome, is amazing. Like, I feel like you have to have such a good relationship with your A&R. Like, you have to. And yeah, me and him, like, I love him. So I think it was like a sort of mixed
of all those things that came together. I had in my head that writing in the studio, like you said, liberating, you know, that's the experience that's for you, is finally become a place where you can just let go of all the things that are you. Music videos though, standing on set, it's just you now. There's no, Perry's gonna shoot her section, what did that feel like? In my head, I'm like, that must have been the most nerve-wracking, like, it's me, this is me, they're here for me, I'm the lead.
So interestingly enough, like that wasn't the most scary. Like, that for me isn't the most scary part.
Really?
Because I don't know.
You're good at it? Say you're good at it. I want you to say.
Like, yeah, because I've been doing it for so long. I feel like, okay, the camera's on. Come on, girl, just like own this right now.
Yeah.
For me, it's more. I'm scared of like live performances because I don't have my backup.
Okay.
As in backup. Sorry, no. Imagine my backup. No.
Same thing.
No, I don't have my core
unit
that are like. If I mess up a dance move, someone might be looking at them. And they won't notice it. But all eyes are on me now, and also like even in terms of singing as well, we would take breaks because we're a group and we sing one part and then someone else sings another part. And this is like I literally have to sing a whole song.
You.
What? Which I'm sure it's gonna come and it will be fine. But that's like probably one of the things that's just like petrifying, I guess. Like I'm gonna have like backing singers as well. Like it's just so different. It's so new. I sound like I'm literally just stepping into the game for the first time.
Wait, do I have to sing?
She is though.
A whole song by myself? This is crazy. But I do understand what you mean though. That is going to be a thing. Have you done it yet? Have you done your first?
Well, the first thing was say a little prayer in the movie.
Oh, and you smashed that though.
Yeah.
You'll be fine, babes.
Thank you.
You smashed that. That was, if that's what we're going by, you're good.
I need a friend like her, man. I need a friend like Julie. Come on now.
It's a high bar to reach.
Oh, well, yeah. It is that though, isn't it? It's like, there's always going to be like these like thoughts and like, but at the end of the day, I know I'm a pro. We're all pros. Like, I know I've got this. And nothing comes easy without hard work. That doesn't make sense, does it? Yeah.
Nothing comes easy without hard work,
Kind of, you get the gist anyway.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
So who's your dream collaborator? Who is it going to say? Leigh-anne featuring something?
I always would say Halle and Chloe.
Okay.
Chloe and Halle.
Yeah.
But together.
Yeah.
Like, I think I love them both.
Yeah, vocally is crazy.
Well, crazy. Yeah. Do you know who else I think would be really cool? Rosalia. Be amazing.
That's a curveball. That would be quite cool, yeah.
There's a Brazilian artist called Isa that I think's, again, phenomenal.
Yeah. I thought he was going to throw a curveball and say, like, Young Fog. Okay, cool.
Do you know, I would actually love to do something with Harry Styles as well. I love him.
Oh, that would be wicked, actually. Yeah, that would be really cool. We'll see.
Yeah.
Thanks for putting that out there.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We'll be playing this clip. You know how the internet works.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
she said she was going to work with Harry Styles and look, now here she is. You know what I'm saying? They'll put anything that's happened, they'll find a way to, So it's out there now.
It's out there.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. We have to jump into this music. We have to. Oh God, it would just not make any sense if we were sitting here without it. So the first single is called?
Don't Say Love.
Okay. So talk me through the video, actually.
The video.
Talk me through the video.
The video. So I always envisioned this idea of like running away for Don't Say Love. I also envision water. So water is like my safe space, the ocean. I love being out at sea. For me, it's like when I'm out at sea, like I am just this like tiny being amongst this massive.
Love the ocean.
Yes.
Love the ocean.
Yeah.
Entity of water.
Yeah, no, it's real.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think it just literally my problems and my worries kind of just go away, and I just feel grounded, and it's just a very special place for me. So I definitely wanted water as well. Yeah. The video starts, and I have this incredible like hair sculpture which has a heart around my mouth. Yeah. Sort of symbolise like maybe being silence or like not being able to fully like express myself. And then it comes off and it's like, I'm here, like I'm ready for this. Yeah. It was literally like we shot a movie, basically. Like, I wanted it to be a story. Yeah. I wanted it to be this idea of like running away from this place where I don't necessarily feel like I belong. Running away from this feeling undervalued, unseen. Yeah. I wanted to show it in the video. I wanted to show that experience and tell a story with it. And it's like this journey. Like, this girl went through this and she did feel this way. Yeah. But she can leave that girl in the past now. Yeah. You know, like, I don't feel like I could have done my first single without fully addressing it creatively, if that makes sense. Like, it's just been playing on me so much. And
You got to wrap it up.
I have to
put it
wrap
away.
it up. I have to put it to bed for myself as well.
Yeah. What happened when you played Andre the song, by the way? What did he say?
He's just like he's he kind of like when he listens to my stuff, he loves everything I do.
Yeah.
And like, he's not a very musical person.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm not gonna get like, oh, I think this chord could have been this, or this could have been a bit more like this. Like it's just like sick.
Cool.
I'm like, anything else?
Do you have any other bits of constructive criticism?
Yes, but no, he loves everything that I do. Like, he's very, very proud.
fun.
Yeah.
Very proud.
Good, I'm glad. So are you going to shoot a video for every single song?
I would really like to.
Just think about it. I know it's
would
expensive,
really-
and I know
Get the
logistically.
money.
It's my dream to do a visual album, actually.
Okay, there you go. That's what I want to say. We'll leave it
Yeah.
there. Just make it happen for
Do you
me.
think people were into those?
Yes.
Like I know that the last person I can think of that did it was it not Beyonce. Like she did.
Beyonce.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
gotta do
if
it
you
right.
present it in a way that we can really immerse ourselves in it, then we will be.
See, you gotta do it right.
If it's a cinema tour, if you sit down and you talk to us about the making of it, and we sit and we watch these big, massive, incredible movies that you shoot over like 3 or 4 days, people are interested. If you drop it on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? I've got things to do today. But let's make it an event. It's worth doing, bro.
Well, this is it, isn't it?
It's been a long time coming for you to be in this place.
I know.
So you might as well do it big, you know?
With so many such a great team.
Yeah.
And like everyone's got such amazing ideas as well, and like I feel really lucky to have that, you know? Like I've stepped out of something which was again great people, and like there's always like a bit of like, oh God, I hope I'm going to be looked after. I hope I'm going to be around good vibes and good energy, and just like people are going to be nice and like amazing, and everyone is like, I'm just so lucky. Just the best team ever, to be honest.
I love it.
That is it.
That's so good to hear, though. What are they growing? I love this property. Love this property. I've loved this interview. This was so much fun. Let me pull this out of here. Y'all been hanging out with me for a long time, so I won't keep you too long, but I really enjoyed this. I'm really looking forward to all the solo stuff. All of it. I'm really looking forward to all these conversations coming out too, but I got the pre-save on the first single. I hope I didn't miss it. I'm so bad at this stuff. Looking forward to it though. I'll obviously be reacting to it. All my Patreon friends, I'm excited to hang out with y'all and go through all the visuals. All my YouTube friends, I hope this makes it on YouTube. I always assume it does. So let's just say that it does, and I appreciate y'all being here. We'll see everyone on the next one.